Well, hey, there you are, Sonia here. Welcome to Sonia's Sermonettes and Teachings. How can we find God, or how does God find us? The question is, what have you tried to find out about God? Have you been listening to people? Have you been listening to radical people? Or have you been personally seeking Him as having a personal one on one experience with God? He will manifest His Spirit to you if you seek Him. You can't find Him through man. Man likes to be dominant. Let's just face it. They like to use the scare tactics and tell all the horror stories and whatever. But you know what our Father is? He's a loving Father, a loving God. He will introduce Himself to you one way or the other if you really seek Him and try to find Him. I can recall years and years ago when I was in a dire straits. You know, we've all had those times where we just felt like what our whole world is turned upside down and nothing seems to be working. And I was alone and just got outside of my car and walked around and watched the leaves blowing in the trees and the wind blowing. And I was desperate for an answer. And I had been a minister for quite a while. But yet here I was in a dire strait. And I said to God, I said, God, if you are really real, if you do exist, and that was in a destitute state of mind I was in, then help me with this decision today. Clear a pathway, make a way for me. And do you know, shortly after that, I got back in my car and went over to where I was supposed to be seeing some people. And do you know what happened? While I was out there wandering around my car, talking to God as if I didn't even know who He was, people were already getting something accomplished. And God was making a way for me, and He cleared the path for me. He used those people. See, God uses people to help you. We are always looking for miracles falling down from heaven. He will use the body of Christ. And you know what? You'd be surprised who the body of Christ consists of. There's a lot of people out here that's wanting to help, wanting to encourage you, wanting to be a supportive group to you. We as the body of Christ need to get our body back in shape. Christ is the head, and we need to start working together to help those that get in a destitute state of mind and shape. We are to work for one another, to encourage, to lift up, to be there for them. I've always said, we start out right, and we don't ever have anyone come back around. So, well, I guess that really didn't work for them. You don't know what that person's having to go through. We need to have an ear to hear and minister to one another and be there when they have a need. I'll be back.